Hello everybody, how you guys doing today? I'm doing amazing. Nice day, beautiful day today. Is around 80 and it's sunny. It's a little humid, but I got used to the humidity already, so there you go. So today's video about plumerias, this plant behind me, this one, okay? This plant behind me is a very beautiful plant native to Hawaii, Nicaragua, Mexico, and Central America too. Okay, so it's native to tropical places. Some places where they're very tropical, that's where she can grow very easy, and that's what it's native to. So anyway, this plant over here can be in pots, can be in the ground. You can grow almost anywhere this plant, but when you put it in pots, of course you have to repot it every 2 years. Why? Because she will get root bound and then she start doing what she's supposed to be doing, like blooming and growing and thriving, happy and beautiful. When this plant blooms during the beginning of the spring or in the fall. She blooms. During hot season and rainy season, all she does is she kind of lose the leaves and kind of she lose the leaves and she gets the yellow spots. Okay, she gets yellow spots like this. Okay, these yellow spots. There's nothing wrong with the plant. The plant just to turn yellow spots and lose all the leaves. If you don't like this, what I recommend you to do is put some Epsom salt there like this and leave it alone. Just some Epsom salt like that around the soil, okay? Just press on Epsom salt. I put a lot because I know salt is not gonna hurt my plant, okay? For blooming, what you do, the plant will bloom by itself, but you don't want it to bloom more cross. You're gonna put some Southern Land blooming fertilizer or Scott's blooming fertilizer high in nitrogen, okay? That's what you're gonna do. So in this case, of course, I'm gonna put some blooming fertilizer in my plant to help it bloom. And what you do, just spread around the ground there. If you have it in a pot, of course, put it in a pot, okay? Now, has a lot of yellow spots and things. In Florida, they tend to, I like to clean the leaves because sometimes they are too much damage, yellow. You know? So we're gonna put it right in this bucket over here, right there, okay? So, also, you don't want the yellow spots in the leaves. If you don't like them, too much yellow spots, you can buy Sadena copper fungicide. It has to be Sadena brand copper fungicide, and this will go away right away. All the yellow and everything will go away, okay? And it's normal because the rain and the humidity and everything, okay? But you don't like it, the Epsom salt will help it a lot. Also, the copper fungicide, okay? What I usually do to my plumerias, I have plumerias all over the years, many times, okay? I have them for years and years, and I love plumerias. You can keep them in pots, you can put them in the ground. I like it in the ground in South Florida. They don't need water at all the whole year. If you plant a plumeria in the ground, never to water it. You never have to water it, okay? You never have to water it. This one is rooted. I have some cuttings that are already rooted, and they are pink, and I have few yellow, okay? So, how you start a cutting? Very simple. First of all, you're gonna need a clippers, and remember, my friends, always sanitize the clippers very good because cross contamination is not good. So, clean your hands, clean your hands, and then clean your clippers, very good, before you cut anything. So a cutting says, I need a cutting. So if I need a cutting of this, I will cut it right over here, about this size, right? It's too long, this is too long. About maybe this size, right there. I cut it right there. I'm not gonna cut it because I have lots of these cuttings. I have hundreds of these cuttings that I like to give away for free. depends if you watch the video to them. You might win some cuttings, free. So anyway, so you cut it. When you cut the piece, what you do with the piece, you cut it, put cinnamon, use cinnamon, put a little cinnamon in the bottom. Also, you're gonna stand it straight up somewhere like this, and leave it there on top of the soil, against a table, against a pot, just like that. You're gonna leave it there for 2 months or a month. Okay. After that, you can plant it in dry soil and water it. Water it lightly when it's dry, the top of the soil only. Otherwise, if you are doing this during the right time of the year, the Southwest Florida will be the beginning September or the beginning of February. You can just stick them in the soil right away and let them be. You don't need to water them anything, and they will grow. So depends when you do it. If you do it when there's high humidity, you have to dry them out very good. If you do it when there's low humidity, you don't have to do nothing. Instead, stick it in the soil, okay? Stick them in the soil, okay? So depends. So now, I like to dry them up. If I clean my plant, for example. Other thing I like to do to my trees, I do this. Every 2 years, I go and clip the ends like this. I tap them out. Only the top. What this does, this stop the plant from the tree from start growing and out of control. And what happened? If I don't cut it, next time a storm comes this way in Florida, there is like sometimes 100, 150, the wind will break my plant. They're very tender to break. With a little wind, they will break. That's the reason I say not to water them. Because if you water them, you encourage the plant to be full of water and needs to break, hanging. You don't want that. You want her to be hardy and beautiful. This one is less than 2 years old, I believe. I planted not long ago, and for that reason, I'm gonna clip everything. Just because I want her to be like a tree. I don't want her to be just like a stick. I want her to be beautiful and grow like a tree. So I'm gonna tap them up everywhere. I cut it before. You can see that I cut it before. I don't know how long ago I cut it, but that's the reason most of the stems has 3 stems, has 2 stems, has one in here that I'm gonna cut very little, but I'm gonna cut it. This one over here, I'm gonna cut it. This one over here, I'm gonna cut it. Trust me, my friends, I'm not hurting the plant. I'm helping her to be strong and survive through the wind, lots of wind. Like that, and 2 more. One over here, and one over here. Like that. Okay? So, and I like to remove some leaves sometimes because the leaves kinda like make a mess. This one, I don't know how I'm gonna reach it, but I'm gonna reach it. You watch me. Nothing is impossible. Like that. Like that. And like that. Okay, like that. There you go. It's all cut everywhere. I cut it everywhere. I cut it everywhere. Oh, I missed one. Maybe I missed one, huh? I missed this one. I missed one. I'm gonna cut it here. It's very sap, okay? The sap, some people are allergic to the sap, I'm not, but if you're allergic, just wear gloves and don't let the sap fall on top of you. So it's all cut. What I just did, I tell the plant not to worry about continue growing or anything, to concentrate and getting thicker in here and stronger here. That way when the wind comes, she's very strong. Water, I never water it. If she was in a pot, you can put in bigger pots about this size, and then you have to water them and repot them. And they can go in and out of the house, okay? So Also, I like to remove some of the yellow leaves that are some of the leaves that help the plant recover. Okay. Hey, what a mess I make! What a mess I make! Look at this mess I made. Oh my goodness, for God's sakes! Look at this, Maria, Maria. So anyway, here it is. So now, anybody wants to have some cuttings? It's a very beautiful. You watch. You give me at least 2 years. This is gonna be a huge tree, beautiful tree. When I planted here, it was little stick. Right now, look how thick it's getting, how thick and strong. It's because I keep an eye and I keep watering it and I put fertilizers. So anyway, how you gonna win the? So remember to trim it every 2 years. What I just did every 2 years, okay? It's very important. You need to trim it. You don't trim it, it's gonna get leggy and it's not gonna be attractive plant. Okay? So, and remember, bloom twice a year. Water it. Never to water if it's in the ground, but if it's in the pot, it's very important to water it, especially drought season. Okay? So, how you gonna win some of these cuttings? You can tell me what is the main ingredient for the potting mix for bromelias. You can tell me what's the main ingredient. The main ingredient I'm using, I make a couple videos. The main ingredient I'm using for bromelias potting mix, because bromelias like to breed, remember that? What's the main ingredient I mentioned like a week ago to use for bromelias? You can tell me that. I'm gonna send you one, I'm gonna send you two, and maybe a yellow, 2 pink and 1 yellow for free. Okay, so if you already play the game, let somebody else play. Don't play again, because maybe you watch all the videos and you know everything. So just give somebody else a chance to win something. And don't you think I'm right? Don't you think I'm right? Anyway, so let me know what's the main ingredient. I use 2 components for mix for that. Tell me which one is the main, and you win 3 free cuttings of plumerias. Thank you for watching my channel, and until next time from Maria's Garden. It's getting very hot over here, so I'm gonna go inside and cool down, take a shower maybe. Thank you, and you have a blessed week, and until next time from